What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of the Basement. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today we are going to be giving our spoiler-free review for our good friend, full disclosure, good friend of the channel, good friend in real life. Mm-hmm. This is a film by Alex Shrednozlak, his first film.
Feature-length film as well.
Yes, first feature-length film, and that is Cashing Out.
If we go in there, he's gonna kill Alan.
I don't like making the same mistakes twice.
Now, we are reviewing this movie because Alex actually was able to get his movie into a small amount of theaters across the Midwest, which is super cool.
Yeah.
That's super awesome that he was able to actually get a little theatrical run for his movie. And if you live in the Midwest, I know there is a good chunk of our audience that does live in the Midwest. We're going to have a link in the description where you can check out showtimes for this movie to see if it's playing around you. So, like, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan.
One theater in Florida, right? Because isn't it all the Goodrich theaters?
The link in the description will have a list of every theater that it is playing at. So, of course, Cashing Out is a crime drama thriller. It's about an aspiring poker player that becomes mixed up with robbing private gambling games. Mm-hmm. This is not something I'm entirely familiar with, but...
But then the main character also has a passion to play poker and wants to become a professional poker player.
Yeah.
Wants to play for a living.
So it's kind of like he sets up in the games and starts them out and then has his crew come in and rob them.
Yeah, he pretends to be a bystander who gets robbed as well.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, this was written, directed, produced, and edited all by Alex on a $15K budget.
Yep. So super indie.
Yeah. This is a definite indie film through and through, even including, this movie does have elements of action, but it is mostly a drama. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously when your budget's so low...
Yeah. And that's very important to take into consideration when you watch an independent film, differentiating that with some big Hollywood stylized film.
Yeah.
It's important to have that in mind if you were to watch it.
Definitely. And it also stars Tyler Mills and Michaela Lichvanova. I hope I'm saying that right. And they honestly give really great performances. Of course, they are actors from around the Midwest. Haven't really seen them in anything else outside of some short films. I believe Michaela is in a couple of Alex's short films.
Yeah, I've seen her before.
That I have seen, and they do genuinely give great performances. It's really heartfelt. I feel like a lot of the elements that are behind their relationship are really well written and well executed.
Realistic.
Yeah. They have a very realistic relationship, and I really enjoy that about the movie.
Me personally, Nate, I was genuinely surprised by how it felt like an actual movie.
True.
That's no offense to Shreddy, of course, but I was surprised.
Yeah.
By how it felt like a real movie.
Right.
Which is great.
I mean, there's always...
In terms of production and everything.
There's always that expectation of, your friends making a movie.
Right.
Like when we talk about making our stupid little short films.
Right.
But Alex genuinely showed true talent, and in the execution, the edit of the movie as well is all him. So that's super impressive that he was able to do all of this.
It'd be very interesting to see what he could do with a big budget.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully that happens one day for him. But we like the score as well.
Yeah.
Especially with the beginning, cold open for the beginning, of course. And there's some really good musical cues throughout the whole film. Nice and sort of electronic, sort of piano mix.
Yeah. I think there's some licensed and or original music with lyrics and stuff, and it fits the tone of the movie. And that opening scene is genuinely gripping. And the movie comes in at just a little over 2 hours, I believe, and you really don't feel it at all.
Yeah.
I think right from the beginning of the movie, the cold open really sets you up to be engaged with these characters, especially when you find out that they're all working together. I mean, it doesn't take that long for that to happen, but it definitely adds something to the movie, a little extra layer. And of course, Justin, you're in the movie.
Yeah, I completed a... What do you call that thing when you have a list of things you want to do in your life?
Bucket list?
Yes, I checked something off of my life bucket list, technically, which is to get my name on a feature film in the credits in a movie theater of a full-length film, which is true because I appear as an extra. And it was very interesting getting a taste of what a production looks like. I don't know if you were there.
No.
No.
I wasn't a part of this one.
Yeah, it was me and my girlfriend and then some other friends of the channel, and it was super interesting. I don't have a line, but I do, if you watch it, you got a keen eye, you can find me in there. But I don't have a line, but I have a reaction. Yeah. I have an acting moment. It's basically like the main character interrupts me when I'm talking, and then I kind of go like, hey man, I was having a conversation here.
It's a good one.
And it was improvised too. I was not told to do that.
Oh.
I'm totally hyping my little roll up.
Your 4 seconds of fame.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, he does have plans for more feature films, and I told him I'd be more than willing to help him in any way. So I'm super excited for future projects as well.
Because you have used your drone in one of his short films.
Yeah, one of his award-winning short
true.
films that is available on Amazon.
This is also an award-winning film as well. It's premiered at some festivals and won some awards. So I'm super proud of Alex. I'm super happy for him.
Yeah. Again, it feels like a real movie, and I think that might just be my favorite aspect of it, is that knowing Alex and just knowing that he was able to create something that felt real. And there are some, like, emotional moments. Emotional character moments as well.
I mean, personally, you know, I definitely connected with a certain emotional moment in the movie, and it got me. It got me. I was tearing up in the theater when I saw it. Mm-hmm. And the acting of that scene from Tyler Mills is fantastic. Yeah. I think he does a great job conveying his emotions, and I think that was one of my favorite parts too, is a lot of the time, you know, you watch small budget movies like this, you get really great camera work, really great directing, but the acting is so-so. Mm-hmm. And I think that the acting in this movie is actually pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's also surprising comedic elements.
Yeah.
Not, Luke Skywalker throwing his lightsaber away. It was actually appropriate for the in the context of the scenes. Mm-hmm. And surprisingly, usually comedy doesn't really work for me. I'm just cold. I like really, really inappropriate comedy, but it worked for me in this film in particular, which is surprising to me. I think it's just because it's hard to nail comedy in the right context of a situation. I think that's what a lot of films get wrong, especially like superhero movies or like high stake movies. But in a realistic context like this film was in, I think the comedy works, especially with the caregiver and the defiant older father figure. Yeah. So I really like that aspect of the relationship. I also like the color grading. I think Alex might have been going for a little dark and gritty. Not too over the top, but I think it's like kind of gray.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of gray, just to add that layer of realism.
Yeah, I think at one point he showed me a rough cut of the movie, and it looked like Saw 1, where it was like green.
Yes.
And so I know
Matrix.
I know he definitely messed around with the colors a lot in this movie, and I'm pretty sure he had a colorist. I think I met him. I don't remember 100% Shreddy. But yeah, I would say the color grading for this movie really turned out well, and it really adds to the more serious, dramatic tone of the movie.
Yeah. One aspect I enjoyed that, like, if you aren't me or someone like me you want to enjoy, I just enjoyed all of the, like, I've been there, or like, because I used to work with Shreddy at a movie theater, and a lot of the scenes take place in the theater, and I was just, it was entertaining to me to just feel like I know where that is. Well, I was there, and like it's local areas, so like if it was to the beach, and like, oh, it's like that beach. And also the actors, we've seen them in plenty of his short films before. We've met a lot of those actors, even for like the PSA filming that Shreddy used to do. So I think it'd be interesting to hear the perspective of someone who has absolutely no relation, knows none of these locations, knows nobody attached to the production. They don't know Alex. They don't know any of the actors. I think it'd be very interesting to know the perspective of someone who knows nothing.
Yeah. Because again, we are going to be biased here. There's no there's no beating around the bush.
We got to support our friend Shreddy.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the biggest thing is if you do live in an area where you can see this in a theater, you should definitely go check it out.
Support your independent film.
If anything we said sounds interesting to you, you should definitely make your way out there. Support independent films, support independent creators. We're big believers in that, especially when it's someone that's so close to us. And this is a pretty great opportunity for a lot of people throughout the Midwest to see it.
Yeah.
And I know later in the year, I don't have a specific date, but it will be available on Blu-ray. I got my copy a little early because, you know.
And another bucket list thing. On the back of the Blu-ray here, it has our Out of the Basement quote, gripping. So, and this trailer that has our quote plays in the theater, too. So, bucket list, Out of the Basement on the big screen, baby.
Right. And I believe he also has plans for a digital distribution, perhaps like a streaming service or like a VOD
Amazon,
rental.
Something, you know.
I know he's got stuff cooking, but as far as I can tell, things get complicated when you put your movie out into a theater. Things can get complicated, but easiest way to see it is to definitely check it out in a theater or later in the year when it's available on Blu-ray. It's also going to be on DVD as well. Well, it's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, so you get both. So we definitely recommend you check this movie out. Again, we are friends with Shreddy, but this is genuinely a very good movie.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Alex, if this was a horrible movie, like if I thought it was horrible, I would have never thought to review it on the channel. And that's me being completely honest. If I didn't like it, we wouldn't have reviewed it.
Yeah.
So
we believe in you, Shreddy, and we want you to succeed. And hopefully our small, minuscule amount of subscribers can make at least one person go see this movie.
Yes, it'll be a success.
Yes. So thank you guys so much for watching our review. Hopefully you check out the movie. If you are new to our channel, we do movie reviews. We mostly talk about action figures, Blu-rays, that sort of thing. So if any of that is interesting to you, definitely hit subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications as well so you know when we are uploading our videos. We're going to get back into doing a lot more movie content this year. And we already started the year. You know, we did a review. We've got our best and worst
stuff.
of.
Uncut Gems review. Did a best and worst stuff. We're getting back into the movie stuff.
Definitely. So check out our latest movie-related content. We'd really appreciate your support on that. Of course, I'm Nate. I've been joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.